What up guys, Dragon Ball for Life here today, and I'm back with another video. Now today's video I want to talk about True Ultra Instinct Goku and why I think it's a stupid idea and concept and why it should have never been made. Now this is a topic that's more fresh and more new, not completely new, it's a couple months old, but it's still pretty new compared to other stuff that we talk about in Dragon Ball Beast. I have talked about stuff all the way back in, when Dragon Ball Super was around, but this is from the manga chapters throughout the Granola arc, which like I said has been done for a couple months now. This topic, here's the thing. It isn't talked about as much. I do see some people talking about it, but I feel like there should be more discussion about it, and I don't see it as in-depthly talked about as I wanted it to be, so I'm making a video talking about it myself. Now, this, concept is just dumb. It's nonsensical. Now, the story where what had happened was, what happened with Gas and Goku, and Gas taking some time to come there, and then Goku finding more about his truth about Bardock, and then when, Gas came there, he unlocked this form and he was able to fight, and the explanation that we got was the reason why Goku went back to his, Ultra Instinct state instead of his Mastered state was because in his Master state, he has pure tranquility and clearness of mind, basically meaning that he has no thoughts going through his mind. His mind is just purely on the battle, and his body is doing all the work. And this means that he cannot allow in any forms of emotion or thought that will hinder it, because if you think and if you're being emotional, then you're going to be second guessing, and it's going to affect your body's natural movements. So they're saying that mastered form requires this perfect clearness of mind, whereas UI, which is Ultra Instinct, the incomplete version, does not. It's kind of like a halfway point. And Goku, when he got the mastered form, he was not only perfected this technique, but he was also got stronger, faster, and more durable because of it. Now this one, by doing this, not only could Goku obtain some of the mobility, but he was able to even get stronger because now he can combine his own anger with it. And basically what we did is we had an incomplete version, then we got the complete version. Then as time passed on, we were saying, well, the complete version is it has its limits still, and it has problems. So Goku, to combat his powers, he goes from his complete version back to his incomplete version and is able to mix his motions in, which makes this incomplete version somehow stronger than the more complete version. And a lot of people are saying this is dumb because it just feels like they're going backwards but just adding a couple things to it, and I feel that way too. I feel like the Master Ultra Instinct was the natural progression of the technique and ability or form, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was the natural progression of it. And going back to this and adding this on feels like it's, we went from the natural progression to digressing, and then not only digressing and now we're also putting random bullshit in it and saying, well, this makes it better. No, it doesn't. And I want to go into why not only is this dumb, but it also doesn't make any sense in the context of what we've seen in Dragon Ball in general. Now, why is it just a dumb concept? Well, one, let's be honest, we like Master Ultra Instinct, not only from the way it looks, but from the movement, but also since it's the completed version. Who the hell waits for, a story writing to have us give us, because when the progression goes through a story and a character's power, we want to see them master it. And when we see the mastered, we're like, yes, that's good, that's where this should be. But when you have the master and say, nope, this is a problem, so we're going to go back to what we had before that was the incomplete, and say this is better, this pisses people off. We were not waiting for him to unlock the full control of this just so we can digress and be like, well, now we're going to go back to regular Ultra Instinct, just saying it's more powerful because you can add in emotion to it. It's just dumb, it's lazy, it's stupid, it's just backwards. Why would you do backwards writing? You should never do that. The only time it really worked really well, which was a more reasonable way to write it, was all the way back in the Cell Saga when Goku and Gohan, when they came out of the hyperbolic time chamber, and unlike Vegeta and Trunks where they got the ascended forms and Trunks got an even more ascended form, they were like, stacking up the power and they were getting stronger, but it was, a detriment to their speed and especially their stamina. And Goku suggested that, hey, let's just stay in our, Super Saiyan form and our base, and try to make it like our base. So they became more natural and accustomed to it, both Goku and Gohan. And they gradually even got significantly stronger too, though this is considered a stage above those, so it could be also more powerful just naturally. But yeah, that one made sense because those forms just gave increases in power, but not speed nor stamina. It decreased in stamina. The first ascended form didn't really affect speed too much, but the second form definitely affected it. So that was a clever way to do it. But this one doesn't make any sense, and this one just seems lazy. And at least after that, we had Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, so it was basically a form better than those other ones. It had the power boost of those, but also had the speed. It had the speed advantage of Super Saiyan, and the energy consumption of it. So it was just upgraded form. So we were fine with that. But this one, we felt like there was a natural progression. They took it away and they just went down to this. And mainly my reasoning for hating it is the design. I don't have a problem with the Ultra Instinct design, but I just like the mastered one way more. The silver hair with that, it just looks so beautiful. And them going down to that, it feels like a major downgrade. And it's weird because they give us an upgrade and then they give us a downgrade and saying this downgrade is better than the upgrade. Then it's like, well, then that makes mastering it pointless and stupid. It makes no sense. It's just nonsensical. But my biggest gripe with it is the fact that it actually technically doesn't even make any sense in Dragon Ball in general. Why do I say this? Because they're saying that, well, in his master form, he cannot show any emotions because, if he has any anger or any form of emotions in it, it will, affect it. And we know that the Dragon Ball characters, mainly the Saiyans, their powers increase and are affected by, their emotions, especially their anger and their rage. So it increases. So if you take that component away, you take away the biggest, I guess you can say advantage to increasing their power, because now you have not only the technique and the ability, but you also have the rage that can make them stronger. Whereas mastered form, they can't do that. But that is wrong, and here's my argument to why that is wrong. If you look back all the way back when Goku first got mastered Ultra Instinct against Jiren, he was fighting against Jiren. He's trying to showcase to Jiren that, hey, friendship matters, trusting in other people and relying on other people is good. And Jiren, this was breaking his worldview, because for a long time now, he was believing that, the only person he should, trust in fully is himself, nobody else. And as Goku was doing this and teaching him this lesson, he kind of snapped and went from a heroic character to more of a villainous character and fired an energy attack at them, which would have killed them. And basically he was putting Goku in a scenario showcasing that, hey, I can take away, those people that are helping you out at any moment, so you can say you can rely on them, but what if I murder them all? What are you going to do? And when this happened, Goku dashes over there, he knocks it back, and he is pissed. He's like, I don't consider myself a hero or anything like that, but I do love and protect my friends and my family, and I'm not letting anybody harm them. And as he did, he was enraged, went after, Jiren, beat the shit out of him, and even punched him clean in the face. And you see from the image alone, Goku is enraged, not only from his words, but from his facial expression. That's a perfect form of rage. So you can't say that, oh, well, the mastered form does not allow, rage, which helps boost their power up. But then you also have a scenario where he literally raged out while he was in the form and it didn't affect it. Yes, he did break out of it later on. It did end up failing on him, but that was because of the time limit. It wasn't because his rage basically cut off his connection to the clearness of mind. That wasn't the case. He was definitely angry. So how is he able to fight angry and go angry and still be able to fight perfectly and actually even be better? But then you're saying that he can't do it. So I just think that this is a contradiction and inconsistency. Maybe it's Toriyama, because yes, you can say Toritaro is the mangaka who wrote it, but remember, Toriyama does a lot of these ideas. But then again, maybe it might just be him, because he did write down the Blue Evolution. No, not Blue Evolution. He wrote something else in the manga that wasn't in the anime. There's a couple things that he's done that, but I do think that it's going to be prevalent in the anime when it comes back to. It's just dumb to me that that concept is so stupid, because one, it's just dumb to downgrade. You could have just added on to the upgraded form and just made it better instead of going down and then doing this. It's so back and forth, and it feels like we progressed and then we went backwards, so it's pointless. And you took away a cool looking form, but especially due to the fact that it's it's not even correct, and it can be easily contradicted by its own lore, because Goku was pissed off there. So by them saying, well, he can't show emotion, then well, how come Goku was able to fight Jiren when he was pissed? How is he able to show that emotion? He's still able to conversate while he's in that form. So no, that form does not, prevent the person from showing emotion or having any cognitive ability while he's, in the fight. He can still do that. It's just that he will mainly need to, be focusing on that. So yeah, true Ultra Instinct, the reason why it's powerful is through the connection of emotions and the rage. And the reason why he couldn't do the mastered form was because they said that it wouldn't work. But then we also saw something that contradicting that. So yeah, that's wrong. So I just want to know what you guys think about it. I hate the idea of it. I think they should just stayed with Mastered Ultra Instinct and simply just made it where he gets better and better in there, and there's levels to it. Just like when Goku and Vegeta obtained godly power, and the Oracle Fish is like, wow, they're really strong. And he's like, look at that tree. This is the representation of the godly power. There's a scale to it. There's still dimensions to it that you can climb. And they still didn't reach it. They could have just done that with the Ultra Instinct. Like, the angels have had the best mastery of it. You can still master it, but still not have it perfected. But yeah, that was just dumb. That was the dumbest thing. So yeah, if anybody ever makes the argument, like, well, they stated that they couldn't use emotion. Show them that, that scene throughout Dragon Ball Super where he went mad. Is like, well, he did it there, so that contradicts it. So yeah, these forms are kind of dumb, and it's just bad writing in general. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.